It's 6:30. I actually started waking up closer to 5, which, why? I'll tell you why. Diabetes, that's why. But, you know, I really don't mind it because, I don't know, I used to wake up that early when I was a kid, and I've always been an early riser. Anyways, I'm gonna get the tea brewing. So I do some frozen banana, frozen cauliflower, spinach, cacao powder, I like to think that fall starts for me as soon as it gets like chilly enough to wear a sweater outside. It's fall. Alright, so you can see my sugars this morning were pretty good, and then before we left, they were down to 104. So I decided that I was going to eat some of those dates, and then they went up to about 203 right there. Oh, sorry, 203. And then as we were walking, they came down, and now they're at 135. So I'm going to start dinner or lunch, and I'm going to cut up this potato. I should probably wash it. feels so good. 64. I've definitely run a little bit high today. I started out pretty good, and then throughout the morning things were stabilized. Like after my smoothie with all the fruit, everything was good. And then before we went on our hike, I probably ate an extra, I'd say probably an extra 20 carbs to what I had bolused for, just to make sure that I didn't dip down. And I did go a little bit high in there, going up into the 200s, but when we finished our hike, they definitely came back down to a good number. They were 130 before lunch, and then they had gone back up because I didn't properly pre-bolus. So pre-bolusing is really important, especially when you're eating high carb meals. You want to make sure that you're giving enough time for the insulin to really do its job. I was eating lunch at a little bit later than I normally do, and I had just gone too long without food, and after doing all the cardio I was really hungry, and I just started eating right away, and that's why they kind of just dipped back up out of range into the 160s, and then I think they even got up to 180. And then I was a little bit fearful to make a correction because I thought I might need to, but I had just been so full from lunch, and I did snack a little bit after lunch, just mindlessly. The reason I was a little timid to give a correction is sometimes when I'm so full, the last thing I want to do is have a low and then have to keep eating. You know, you just feel like you can't really enjoy your food when your stomach is so stuffed, so I just really didn't want that to happen. But the main reason my blood sugars are a little bit elevated is because I'm actually in what's called the luteal phase, which is the week before your period. And if you don't know, I have a video on my channel all about how I got my period back after having been diagnosed with amenorrhea for about 7 years. Hello, Sterling. I have a whole video on that if you want to check it out. So anyways, like I was saying though, I'm in what's called the luteal phase, which is the week before your period, and what happens with your hormones is... Oh, are you laying down with me? I know. What happens is that your progesterone is elevated, and that causes some insulin resistance. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to make adjustments in regards to my menstrual cycles, the way my hormones fluctuate with insulin needing more and being harsher with my ratios. So just always a little timid to like give too much insulin. And yes, so that's what's happening this week, and that's why I'm running a little bit high, and you know, just part of being a woman, hormones. So what else? For tonight, for dinner, I think I'm going to be making a butternut squash, just roasted in the oven with a little cinnamon, a little salt. So good. I am so excited for winter squash season. I love summer squash. I really love eating seasonally because I eat so much produce. When each season comes, I like go heavy into eating everything that's seasonal and local. So just trying to get your booty out of here. I have some pre-soaked beans, so I'm going to cook those up with just a few simple ingredients, and then I don't know, maybe have it with like something green. That would probably be very nutritionist of me. I think I'll also make a cashew dressing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So with that, I'm definitely going to try and be better tonight about pre-bolusing for my dinner, making sure I get plenty of time for the insulin to do its job before I dive into my carbs. Also, I just want to add too, I don't exercise like I maybe should. I eat, you know, a very whole foods focused diet, and with that I'm not eating processed foods. Of course, every once in a while I'll eat like brown rice pasta or chickpea pasta, something like that. But I really try and focus more on like whole grains like brown rice and sweet potatoes and white potatoes, and make that the focus of my carbohydrates along with like a ton of fruit. But I've been eating this way for about 2 years, and I maintain my weight just fine. So I feel pretty good about what's on my plate. And you know, everyone is so different. Don't compare my meals to your meals or anything, but I love watching people's videos on what they eat. It gives me a lot of inspiration on like what to make for dinner, and it's just interesting. I don't know. So let me know if you like this kind of a thing, And if you want to see more detail about the diabetes side of it, let me know. Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye. You can see here at 10:50, I ended after dinner at about 97, and this is just an overview of my day at about the 3-hour, 6-hour, and 12-hour review, and even a 24-hour. You can see how I definitely was running a little bit high in the late afternoon, but things leveled out and went to bed good.